Hello, Katie at mynaturalhappiness.com, creator of the Seeds of Change program to help you go from hamster wheel to happiness, founder of Reading School of Reiki. How are you? How are you doing? Sending you such a big virtual hug. I was unsure about what to say today on the Hump Day Happiness because until this morning for me things were just ticking along, and I'm grateful to be healthy and I'm grateful to be safe. There are so many people that aren't. And then a scenario that is the microcosm affecting the macrocosm and vice versa. I know some people smile when I start bringing that into meditations. Like, hey, what are you on about? Every action has a reaction. As a butterfly wings flapping on one continent can cause and contribute towards a tsunami on another. So, and then this morning, or last night, when Boris Johnson, I'm recording this Tuesday, when Boris Johnson went into hospital, I shared the news on my Facebook wall because of people that I know in my personal Facebook who live in other countries, and said I just wish him a speedy recovery, as I wish every single person who is lying in a hospital ward right now or is suffering so badly with this horrible virus a speedy recovery. Every single human being affected by this is a human being, and every human being, regardless of politics, has family worrying about them. And this morning somebody got angry with me on my personal Facebook wall, and came into my Facebook wall and started having a go at me for wishing him well, which was a shock. And then I realised that that's a reflection of what's happening in so many households around the country, that people are confined to small spaces. You may be one of them. I'm self-isolating on my own because I'm vulnerable, and so I'm not having visitors, and my only contact with human beings is via the internet or people kindly bringing me food, which I'm so grateful. And yet I know so many people are in households where they've been self-isolating for weeks in the same space, and that's going to cause friction. And no matter how much you love someone and no matter how much you care about them, to be with somebody 24/7 inside four walls apart from a 1 hour walk is tough. And what happened on my Facebook wall is a reflection of what's happening in households around the country. And so my Hump Day happiness to you this week is, if you've got loved ones that are driving you a bit mad at the moment, please reconnect to what you loved about them at the start of all of this, and connect in to all the wonderful things that you're going to find to do together outside of the home after you've spent time away from them, after this is all over. Try and connect in with that strand of love that you have, because that's what's going to keep you together. And you're going to have arguments. If you're living 24/7 with someone, there's going to be arguments. And there's going to be meltdowns. And there's going to be upset. And there's going to be happiness and laughter and great times too. It's part of the journey. It's the same as last week. I had a really tough down day, which was part of the journey. And then I could bounce myself back up again. And so if you're self-isolating on your own, then you're going to be having those curves as well. Try to remember that this is about being in close space. It's not about your relationship. It's not about maybe you weren't meant for each other. If, who knows by the end of this? But in this moment, it's about the fact that you are in four walls with someone 24/7. And that is going to be hard. And that's going to be hard. And I know that the person that was having a go at me for wishing Boris well on my Facebook wall, I know that it wasn't about me. I know it's about the fact that, she's stir crazy and annoyed with what Boris did without, by not going into lockdown sooner. And, at no point, I haven't deliberately left out politics. I'm not talking politics. I'm talking about humanity and compassion. Humanity and compassion. It's not about who I voted for. It's not about who I support, because not about that in any way, shape or form. In any way, shape or form. I would not, I won't say who I did vote for, but I did not vote for Boris. But that's completely irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant. It's about humanity and compassion. And it's about the fact that we're all connected on a human level as a web around the world. And if we wish one person ill in all of it, then we're going to be wishing all of it well, all of them, because it all knocks on. If we wish one person well, then we wish all of them well. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. So if you are having arguments with people, you are not alone. I'm so gobsmacked that me saying I wish him and his family well, and I'm thinking about his pregnant wife and unborn child and all of his children, and that brought up an argument. Well, it didn't. It was a one-sided argument because I wasn't engaging. But there you go. Brought up anger in somebody else, and that is going to be happening time and time and time and time again in so many households around the world. And so if you are struggling at home with your household, or if you're finding that other people are trying to argue with you, you're not alone. 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 What I did was I brought my Reiki bubble around me. I brought my Reiki bubble around my family. I brought my Reiki bubble around my putty cats. I brought my Reiki bubble around my home and my garden. I brought my Reiki bubble around everything that I care about. And that includes you guys. I send Reiki to anybody. I send Reiki to anybody and everybody who connects in with me right now, because we all need it. And you can choose to accept it, and you can choose to not accept it as well. If you don't want it, that's all good. Just simply say to the universe, I don't want it, I don't accept it. That's fine. But just know that this is a stage of the journey. The anger is a stage of the journey. I think last week I was talking about the 7 stages of grief, and I see so many people are going through the anger stage of the grief of the life that we once had. And we will have again. We will have again. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. So just know that it's a natural step in the order of things. And it's not personal to you. It's not about you. It's not because you are wrong in any way, shape or form. And if you are the one being angry, it's not about you. You are not wrong. Just don't physically hurt anybody. And don't make any long-term changes to relationships now, because you want to move through the other stages of grief first. I was unfriended by somebody I've been friends with for over 20 years. I used to go on holiday with. I was unfriended because I wished, on Facebook, because I wished Boris well. That's a permanent thing that's happened. I mean, yes, I can't see. We may reconvene later. Who knows? But it's a lot harder to reconnect that now that there's been that separation. So please just know that anger is a stage of the journey. That you are doing great. If you feel anger, release the anger with love, without causing violence, hurt and upset to other people where you can. And if it's too late, make apologies. But just know it's a stage of the grief. Know it's a stage of the grief. And know that if somebody is getting angry with you, it's not about you, it's about them. The same as if you are getting angry with people, it's not about them, it's about you. Like it or lump it, that's the way it is. We choose our reactions. Anger has its place, it's how to release it that's the important thing. I get angry too sometimes, it's about how we release it. This morning I literally didn't know what to talk about, and then this scenario came up. I was like, okay, that's where we're at. And know that the 7 stages of grief don't have to come in any particular order. So these things could be popping up at different weeks for you. And that's okay. It's part of the process. But please hold on to how you want things to be after the lockdown is over. Please hold on to those relationships that you want in your life after the lockdown is over. Please remember the love that you once had for the person who's making you angry, the love that you perhaps once had for yourself, and the love that you will have going forward. That's the message. And that's the message from Spirit. Because I came on, I was like, how do I word this? Ding, there you go. So, sending you so much love, with so much love. Holding a virtual retreat again this Saturday, 11 till 1. Pay what you want, just come along and be in a safe space for a few hours. It's so easy to join. If you've never done Zoom before, please don't worry about any of the technology stuff. I can talk you through that. It's a really lovely sacred space, and it's where people have had an opportunity to speak what they really feel in a safe space out loud to other human beings that aren't in their family, and it's made a massive difference. So if you're interested in that, come join. Kate, just email me on kate@mynaturalhappiness.com for info. Sending you so much love. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Keep your family and your friends healthy. I wish you so much love. I wish you so much love. Kate, mynaturalhappiness.com, creator of the Seeds of Change program to help you go from hamster wheel to happiness, founder of Reading School of Reiki. Have the most amazing week. Lots of love. Take care.